Hi, this is Tim at the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And today we are discussing a 2017 limited edition of 200 pieces. That was the year Audemars Piguet launched a 41mm Royal Oak with the dramatic frosted gold effect created by Florentine jeweler Carolina Bucchi. You can see that the chiseled surface, which is very much like a vintage tremblage, achieved with a very fine drill bit. It is extraordinary in its intricacy and never the same. Even among the 200 pieces, each one is unique. It is also physically massive. We'll put it on my scale here to get a sense of what this expensive mass of rhodium-plated white gold actually reads on the scale. And you could see 248.86 minus 0.14 for the tag, and we are at 248.72. That is an incredibly heavy watch. Now, thank you, Sammy the scale. We're going to throw this watch on the wrist. It's 41 millimeters in diameter. It's only 10 millimeters thick. It is lug-to-lug, just measuring the case, 51.5 millimeters across the wrist. If we measure from the intermediate link to its opposite number, these are called the plots in AP speak, then the rigid-most outcropping, the total horizontal distance across the wrist, is 53.2. Now on the wrist, I have to say, eyes closed, I'd swear this was an offshore. In precious metal, a 41mm Royal Oak is a massive thing. And you could see that the angled edges of the case mitigate some of the fit issues. So this watch will wear on my 16cm circumference wrist. I'll show you down the barrel. It's pretty close to the edge of my wrist. There's not a lot of margin here, but if your wrist is very flat, you may be able to wear this on a 15cm circumference wrist. And you can see it's surprisingly thin. It will fit easily underneath the dress cuff. The etching of the bezel and the case is extraordinary, and it's hard not to just stare at it. It's almost like a metallic sponge. Taking a look in profile, the finish is even more nuanced than that intricacy would suggest, as you could see brushed facets in between the links, but then also polished facets at the edges of all of these intermediate links, the plots. In profile, we have vertical satination, and we have a bevel that expands from the center across the lug hood and continues perfectly aligned across the links. Removable links are fixed in place using screws. And then we have a double folding clasp that is quite thick gauge metal and so quite secure. Twin trigger release, so one trigger will not open it. You must press both, giving you a great deal of security. It's a sequential fold, so you can see the AP logo goes down second, and the AP logo here is nicely polished. Audemars Piguet is one of the few brands in the Swiss watch industry that still rhodium plates white gold. And the reason appears to be that in an era when everyone uses the warmer toned gray gold, AP seems to like the fact that its white gold has a unique preternaturally white tone to it, almost exactly like platinum. And I'm not going to lie, it does set them apart. The bracelet is fixed to the case using screws and bars, which is the right way to make a big, heavy, expensive watch much more secure than spring bars. We have a hexagonal crown, which is designed to echo the hexagonal white gold bolts in the bezel. It is a screw down, and with a 50-meter rating and a screw-down crown, this is surface swimmable. Hands, logo, indices are white gold. And by the way, the bolts in the bezel, they are actually unplated white gold, so they're not rhodium plated. So if you look, you can actually see that there is a contrast between the warmth of those bolts and the blinding white of the rhodium plated parts of the watch. You can see that the bezel is actually pretty complex. Satination, then polish, and then the chiseling on the top. We'll do a loom shot real quick. Actually quite good loom. The inner bezel is mirror polished to reflect some of the details of the dial, but also to reflect light onto it. When Gerald Genta, creator of the Royal Oak, drew the first one in 1972, he drew his inspiration from a vintage diving helmet. That's where the iconic rounded octagonal bezel comes from. Now we've got a date disc that's actually the same color as the dial, which is nice attention to detail. We have hacking seconds, so if you wish to set to a reference time, you are able to do so to the second. And we also have a quick set, so you can rapidly cycle the date should you need to do that as well. There are 3 different hobnail sizes. The Tapisserie dial that is on this watch is the Grande Tapisserie. So petite is what you get on a jumbo. Grand is what you get on a 41, and then Mega is what you get on a offshore. But here's the thing. The Petite and the Grand are actually cut on artisanal pantograph lathes, whereas the Mega is stamped. So if you get very close here, you could see that there's roughly a circular motif repeating as the pantograph, which is a mimicry engine. It takes a large template and then transcribes all the details onto a tiny brass dial blank. But there are between 10 and 20,000 little dots on this dial, and you could particularly see close to the hands at center the circular motion of the pantograph graver and how that actually cuts all these designs. So it's not just the hobnails, which are visible from a distance, it's all those intermediate textures that add richness to this dial. Out back we have an AP manufacture movement, which is actually quite tough. It was intended as a base caliber for the offshores. So while it is high horology, it is also a robust machine with a full batwing style balance bridge and a gyromax style free-sprung balance for shock resistance, as well as precise adjustment. Precise adjustment possible via the gyromax variable inertia screws. Ceramic rotor bearings at center, although it's a bidirectional winder. The ceramic bearings helping to improve the winding efficiency. AP chose bidirectional winding because it didn't want the wobble of something cheap like a Valjoux 7750. Now, the watch also features the coat of arms of the Audemars and Piguet families. There they are, right there. And so that's to remind you that since 1875, AP is the oldest continuously family-owned and run watch brand in Switzerland. It is a 3 Hertz movement, automatic winding with a 60-hour power reserve. You can see 40 pivot jewels and a handsomely executed movement, though not a big one. It is very tough. It's also not particularly thin, which augurs well for its durability. Lots to love here. And again, swimmably surface water resistant. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.